Hello, DJ Vic Vapor with you. Back again for another Logic Pro 10 advanced editing or advanced tool feature. And in this tutorial, I want to show you a what's called kind of a batch fade. Let's say you have multiple regions selected and you want to have the same fade applied to, or the same crossfade applied to all the regions, and you don't want to necessarily go through them one at a time, one by one. One of the ways you can do that is it's called a batch fade. So let's take a look at how we would accomplish that. In this region here, one of the things I'm going to show you first is I've got the right-click scissor tool available to me. So I'm going to right-click. It's going to bring up my scissor, and it's going to cut that spot right there. That would be like one way to cut it, and then you can go through and cut up multiple ways. Or let me Command Z that. You can right-click, hold that down, now hit the Option button, and you'll see right next to the scissors, I've got the little plus arrow there. So now that's going to allow me to divide multiple regions at once. Just like that. So now I've got multiple regions divided and edited and cut. So now when we play that, there's probably going to be some pops and clicks in there, which you can hear quite easily. And that's simply because the different regions aren't allowing the fade in and fade out, and they're kind of going over the zero cross line is what it's referred to as. In other words, the audio is kind of not sliced and cut exactly where the lowest point in the audio file or audio wave file is. Go into that in some other tutorial if we want. But now let's say we want to create crossfades on all these regions to smooth out those pops and clicks that we're hearing. The way we'd want to go about that is to go over to our region here, and you can see it's telling us that we have 47 selected. We want to go ahead and open that up. And we want to go down to the More button right here. Now we've got options for fade in, fade out, and if we double click next to these, we can type in whatever milliseconds or whatever fade amount we want to achieve. I'm going to go down to the fade out, specifically the fade out type. Right now it's just as an out, but if I open that up, I've got options for crossfade, EQ, equal power crossfade, and S curved crossfade. But for this tutorial, we're just going to do crossfade. So I'm going to select that, and now I'm going to go to fade out, and I will type in, say, I don't know, let's try 30 milliseconds. Now, if we zoom in over here, you can already start to see that we've got crossfades added to all those. Let me zoom in a little closer. So now it's added a batch crossfade to the entire 47 regions we had selected. So now it should help us with the pops and clicks we were hearing earlier. Let's take a listen. And for the most part, it's ironed out those issues. So that is what is referred to as a batch fade in Logic Pro 10. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for pushing play, and see you in the next tutorial.